What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of AWAGBT podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. How we doing, chat? How we doing?
A little tired,
the chat.
We doing good.
Y'all, I'm doing horrible. This has been a horrible stretch for me.
Wow.
March Madness ended horribly for me. I was repping Houston, and I put my whole life on Houston winning. And
Florida?
They played Florida, and Houston lost, and I'm still devastated.
Wow.
So March Madness, a great season. But man, we're getting close to basketball being over. But we're not here for basketball. I had to rant for a quarter second.
Because the Mavericks definitely about to lose tonight, Lord Jesus. Texas is not looking good for us. It's not looking good for us.
This ain't Texas time to win.
I didn't get my Beyonce tickets either. Yeah.
I was just about to say, when does that tour start? It's got to be coming soon, right? Is it this summer?
What, Beyonce?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think the first concert is in July. No, June. Because I was supposed to go in June.
Interesting.
Or at least June.
Yeah, give me a cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm. You going, Eli?
Nope. I will be watching on YouTube, and I'll just pull up the album and then just dance in my living room.
Yeah, when you get to I'm still looking for
like, why is Beyonce performing nowhere? Like only California, Texas, and someplace else.
Yeah, I heard that. It was like she ain't, going to many places.
Because it's the Chitlin Circuit.
The what?
Chitlin Circuit.
What does that mean?
So it's not a world tour.
Oh, she not doing a world.
Circuit only goes to certain areas that.
But why they call it a Chitlin Circuit?
She black. I don't know. I'm making all of this.
Well, she should have went to Seattle because
I don't know.
I was like, what's a Chitlin Circuit? That sound nasty. I don't like the way that sound.
You don't know what chitlins is?
I know they're disgusting. That's what I say. I don't like the way
that
sound.
I don't eat them either. Mm-mm.
That sounds terrible, actually.
But anyway, it's just Survivor.
Y'all know why we here. We've been talking about everything but Survivor.
Why is it red?
Wrong color.
It's powerful. It's powerful.
No, that's the wrong color.
This is the blood of the fallen. And you know what? I'm happy that you changed it to OG green colors because
changing colors.
It was not a good day. Today was not a good day.
Because I didn't change it back from when I was recording for my own channel. So I was like, now why were you do you know how to get back to the other color while you changing stuff?
Uh-huh.
That's not the color.
I like that green.
That's not it either.
I like
green.
No, that's lime.
You know what? While we try to figure out colors, shout out to the Rainbow Show on screen, but let's get it started.
So, we get through coming back from Tribal. Charity then got herself sent home. She thought she was going in. And she thought Say was going home, but Say is like Michael Myers. You can, no matter how many times you vote for her, she is coming back.
Hello.
What did she say this episode? She said, there's been a lot of fallen soldiers.
And I ain't one of them.
I am not one of them. Oh, she had a bunch of good quotes this episode.
She did. But Mitch comes up to her. He was like, I didn't know. I tried to move the votes from you and move to someone else. I'm like, did you? Mitch?
Did you? You gotta say that. You gotta say it. I know you would have said the same thing if you were in Mitch's spot.
I mean, you can say it all you want, but we all know, like, you're lying because you voted for me. I could believe it maybe if you had voted for somebody else, but you voted for me.
Mm-hmm.
So you're lying. And then on top of the show, she's like, yeah, so I want Mitch gone. That's my next target. But that's not even the part that behooved me was. The part that
this was special. It
was so good.
Shout out Say.
Cedric was obviously in a group. He was like, they were like, okay, where did that vote come from? Everybody's like, that was so weird. What happened? And he was like, well, I don't think it could have been Say because I've seen her handwriting before. I knew it's a girl handwriting because it was too pretty to be a man's, but I've seen Say's handwriting and that wasn't her. So I just don't know what happened. And Say was like, it was me, of course. I wrote in cursive to throw them off so they wouldn't know who did it. So yes, it was me, and I did that purposely.
That was hilarious.
Genius.
Oh man.
Who thinks to write in cursive to throw people off on? First of all, who uses the voting, the way you write as a way to see who's voting certain ways? Or
I feel like that's always been a thing, and it might not be talked about every season. But man, a guy's writing from a girl's writing half the time. Of course, there's lots of guys that have great handwriting, lots of girls that have horrible handwriting. But you start to see those patterns. And I was giving Cedric so much props. He's like, oh, it's 100% a girl. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, he's figuring it out. And it can't be Say. And I'm like,
but then he was like, well, it could be because she like to play games like that. I just don't think it's her.
Listen, you already
saying, I just want to get my lick back.
She said, I want my lick back. That's it. Hey, get your lick back. Get your lick back, sis. Lord, I ain't mad at it.
Lord Jesus.
But they got their lick on y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what? We get to the next day, and of course, Mitch is still sad. Mitch is like, watching the sunrise. I ain't really got nothing, but I gotta build these relationships. And he ends up talking to Joe and Shaheen. Pretty much, man, editors kind of got me because y'all remember in the past where, all right, they're building up someone's backstory just to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were doing that this episode because we get the story of Mitch, how he ended up becoming a PE teacher where originally he was a mailman, making good money. He's like,
the mail people make good money for real.
Mailman Mitch. Pay cut. Work with the children.
I know about what he said. His class size was like 50 kids. I'm like, oh,
that's a lot.
50 is a lot.
Out in these challenges. And we start to see Joe waking up to that, where it's like he ends up saying, hey, I was connecting with Mitch, but this guy is kind of a threat. Where
he got a story to win the game.
Listen.
Yeah, he got a story to win the game. He's social. And the PE teacher, I've been having him up in all these challenges. He got the challenge skills. So he's a...
But why Joe not looking at the girl sitting right next to him like she ain't got a story either?
Because
she's going to give up her game for Joe at the end?
Likely.
You think Eva's going to stand 10 toes down and be like, man, get rid of Joe? Nah. Mitch about to do that.
I'd be surprised if she did.
Never mind. I ain't going to say that.
Uh-oh.
Have you met her? No, I ain't going to say it. Have you met a WW?
Oh.
White woman. Have you met a white woman?
Oh,
I'll save you.
No,
and it wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, Eva also has the same story and might not be as social. Who knows? And we saw her this challenge end up holding her own. So Eric might have a point there. Eva's just is kind of on that same narrative as Mitch.
She made Jeff cry. Like what?
Jeff don't have a vote though. That's my only stance on that. Jeff don't have a vote.
If you can make Jeff cry, I don't know what else you're gonna pull out your bag of tricks at the end if you go to the final three. So I gotta make sure you don't get there.
Yeah, but man,
later on, Star was like, I know I'm jumping ahead, but she was like, I ain't worried about y'all worried about talking about who's gonna be on the jury. I ain't worried about no jury because I'm gonna be at the end. I'm trying to make sure I'm the one getting the votes, not the one casting the vote. So you can have beautiful story all you want.
That does make me think if Joe would end up being okay losing to Eva.
Yes.
Like,
it probably would. Shouldn't be, but
you know what? Never mind. It is $1 million. I was about to say, you know what? I respect it. It is in character, but also it's $1 million.
No.
Listen,
I don't care
if you tell me if I had to lose against Eric, if I had to lose against Eli, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm mad I lost.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that sentence. Like if somebody had to win, of course I would want to be one of y'all too.
I'm glad it's my people.
But I'm mad right now. I lost $1 million. It's in my pocket. And I'm upset about it.
It's like, my 100,000 is cool because I came in second. He got third. But Treese got that $1 million. That's 900 more thousand than I got. Like,
dude. And if I had to give the $1 million to Eric over myself, he's just not gonna get $1 million. Like we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna take you out to a nice dinner and a little vacation.
Right.
But we're not doing that. So I hope he don't get this game for it. But
yeah.
We'll see.
Man, speaking of power players, we see Say start to realize, hey, I got to start talking with these power players. And she vocalized multiple times this episode, hey, I didn't really talk to you and at all. And so her and Shaheen talk and smooth conversation.
Still.
And Shaheen, the conversation's pretty much like, I think the most interesting part of this conversation is Shaheen after in a confessional says, hey, Say would be the perfect person I'd want to work with if we started on Original Tribes together. And I thought that was interesting because we're so deep into this. It feels like we aren't that deep into this game. Yeah. But taking a hard stance like, oh, she's kind of far gone. I like Say. I like that she's straight up. I love that she wants to strategize. But she still got to go.
But see, my thing is, y'all, it don't make sense because if y'all know everybody don't like her, want her gone, is that not the perfect person to take to Final 3?
Yes. She would stay just for that alone.
And I started to realize that this episode, she's not winning this game, even if she would have stayed over Mitch. She has no win equity. One, she has no control over, except for her own little chaos. And I love that for Say. She controls her own little bits of chaos, but she has no control in the game. And overall is, I'm not going to say disliked or not respected, but
she has no true alliances. You can't make it in this game by yourself. Why are we taking out a lone
pretty much
wolf?
Was a lone wolf. Yep.
Little like one band. Come on. That makes absolutely zero sense. We've said it. I know Betty has said it on her, Paramount Snowcap. The people who are by themselves, the lone wolves, the ones who are ostracized, the people in the A-man corner, those are the ones y'all need to be scooping up that you may need for a vote later on down the road.
Because one vote could be the difference between you going home and getting $1 million.
Exactly.
Ask Tyler Crispin.
Aw.
You still catch
Tyler. Poor Tyler.
Still catching
one vote can have your bank account looking nice. You know what I'm saying? So,
or looking empty.
There you go. On E.
But Shaheen pretty much vocalizes, hey, it's pretty much Cedric, Say, and Mitch at the bottom of this whole game right now. And this is where the editing was getting me, because he also started to say, oh, I'm kind of in the middle of everything right now. And, right when someone says that, things start to crumble. And, of course, remember in the previews, it's like, Shaheen, you might be gone. But
I was a little nervous for him a little bit, but I'm like, oh,
man,
Lord.
I was too. And now it's challenge time. And guess what? There's no obstacle courses. And they have a big old twist that we've never seen before.
Wow. Impossible. About this never before seen twist.
Impossible. And Jeff says, hey, you're about to split up in half and compete. And you guys will go to tribal separately. What? Never seen this. Brand new.
Bonkers.
Man.
Ridiculous.
Love it. You know what? They should do something like that for season 50. Wow, that'd be a big old twist.
Mind blowing.
They're going to skip it if it was me. Go ahead and skip it.
But going over to the team draw, we end up having on one side, you know what? I'll name the losers first. We had Star, Say, Eva, Joe, Chrissy, and Mitch. And then on the other side, we had Kyle, Shaheen, Mary, David, Camilla, and Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
Anything jump out to you with these parents? Nothing really jumped out. The only thing was I'm like, oh, Joe and Eva are together. Mm-hmm. At least we had the duos together. Joe and Eva, and then Kyle and Camilla.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Chrissy and Mitch, which we learn later isn't really that much of a strong pair. But
don't get me started on these people.
But the challenge is pretty much we've seen a couple times. And they called out Gabler with this challenge. Who? Did they do this last year? My memory's horrible. No, but pretty much you just have to hold a barrel up or a bucket up that's weight, equivalent to a quarter of your weight before the season started.
This whole time I thought it was their entire weight. I was like, dang, y'all strong. Oh, okay, it's a quarter. Okay.
I want someone to know when they weighed these people, because David had 5 pounds in his thing. David had 5 pounds. It looked like it. This guy, David, did not move. To start the challenge, of course, Cedric immediately drops. Like,
he was sitting there like this.
One hand. Hey, he was holding it with one hand.
I'm good. Hey.
Ridiculous.
How are you? I'm good.
Like, did they accidentally give him Mary's spot or something like that? I don't.
They had to give him Cedric's. First of all, let's say
Cedric let that thing go. Jeff didn't even get to finish talking before it fell out his hands.
Literally.
You know how many things I could have done in the time that Cedric held that bucket? Nothing.
Could you blink?
Jeff was like, all right, guys, you have your buckets, and Cedric is down. I was like, oh Lord, did you even try me?
It's about as bad as Big D when they started the rope challenge.
Oh man.
And Julie was talking, and then she was explaining what was gonna happen. And we go back to it, and Derek's already on the ground in a minute. In 28 seconds.
From the 30-second commercial, all for Julie to close the episode, and it's like, Big D's already out.
Literally, like Cedric. He said, look, Cedric, like, I didn't tell you I was at the gym. I be making my coins at the hospital. Okay.
And Cedric, someone said that. Because at some point Jeff made a joke like, oh yeah, they've been up there 15 minutes, which Cedric maybe lasted 15 seconds. And Cedric said, hey, I'm still here.
Listen.
He might not be here anymore.
Listen.
But at that point he was still there. And the challenge.
I'm still here.
For a short while.
For a little bit. Yeah.
And of course, people drop. The challenge ends up. I'll leave these four, the last 4 left on each side, or last 2 left on each side. You had Joe and Eva, and then you had Kyle and David. And Eva was a rock. Eva held it down.
Why was she not
a
target?
She didn't budge. She
She should have been a target. I don't care. After I seen her performance, and you got an idol, blindside her.
Everybody just forgetting all about that idol. I said, okay, I see what y'all doing here.
No, they were talking about Mitch's blocker vote and stuff like that. Ain't no mention of her idol.
She gonna stay on by, I'm telling you.
But yeah, you had her and Joe right next to each other. Of course, dude, I forget how long Eva lasted. Give her a prop. She lasted a long time.
She did do good. Joe
like cheering her on the side. He's like, now you cannot give up. Pull it back up.
Like, I'm giving up.
Yeah. That rope was on this last little thing, and Joe's like, you be strong. And she held it down, and then ended up being down to the 3 boys. And actually, no, the smack talk started before Eva even went out. You have a little segment. You had Shaheen doing the background music. That was fun. I thought Shaheen was going. I thought, man, they're giving them these type. This is a Rome edit right here. When Rome goes home, and then
the way Jeff was like, "Oh shoot, that was pretty good." He's like,
and they used it.
And they used it. That's the thing. The fact they used it is crazy.
Mm-hmm. But the whole time, David's a rock and ends up looking to Kyle and be like, "Hey, I'm winning it. Like, I'm not even chilling." Kyle lets go of like his whole rope, and then
I wouldn't let it go too. I'm not about to put a target on my back and win 2 consecutive communities.
David looked at him. He said, "Hey, Kyle."
Yeah.
I want less. You got it, man.
And then it's down to David and Joe, and they go for a minute. I forget how long. I know it's over an hour. Wait, was it over an hour?
They broke the record for sure.
Oh, maybe they just mentioned that it got broke at 44, but I do remember 44 minutes for somebody. They did go for.
I think Gabriel did it in 43, right?
Might have been, yeah.
But they held it down. They did their thing. Of course, David didn't budge at all. Like, started the challenge. I'm telling you, he had 5 pounds in it. I don't know what happened.
He had it on one hand. That one hand is what he get me. That one hand.
Like, did the rope even move? Like, I don't even recall it.
Didn't.
Unravel
it didn't.
It didn't. That man was chilling. I said, "Oh, David."
See, you over trying to play Hercules. You gotta go.
He was trying to play Hercules.
Because if you showing me that you can hold this with one hand, that's a threat.
He will be gone next week, next day.
You saying he should have fake struggled?
Yes, I would.
But
think I'm working for this. Not that it's coming easy to
that
me.
PB&J.
All that for PB&J.
Oh, I would have been so mad because I do not like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I would
have did that rated some jelly. That's probably what I would have did. But that's as much as I can do.
I like peanut butter and jelly, but like I didn't just work this hard for a peanut butter and jelly. I need an actual meal. If I work this hard.
No. I'm gonna disagree with y'all because 5 of those people ain't do nothing. David got them their PB&J. I can give Kyle a little props. Yeah, they were all chilling. Cedric went for 15 seconds and got a PB&J. So
look,
you know what? That's all he doesn't deserve steak for that. I'm sorry.
At least I got a meal before I left.
Listen, if somebody that dropped in 10 seconds get me a steak, you just gonna have to get one. Because I want my steak. Call Raggedy Applebee's up. True. It's the only way I eat a Applebee's steak is on Survivor Island. Because you can make it.
But yeah, speaking of them eating PB&J, I guess only small thing is while they were talking, Mary ended up saying, hey, Say's not making the jury. And that's kind of what they talked about for a second, where it's, I don't know, writing was on the wall, I guess. They had less hope in Say. I had more hope in Say than they did. So
yeah. Well, based on the edit, they made it seem like she had some hope.
Yeah.
No.
They are. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no. Go.
I was saying because Chrissy was mentioned. I know I'm just kind of like jumping a little bit ahead, but Chrissy was even mentioning like how much of a threat Mitch is. She was pitching it to Joe and Eva. Yeah, we know Say, we don't, everybody don't like her. We don't want her on jury, but Mitch is a threat. He got this block overload.
She's ready to get Mitch out of there.
She literally served him up on a silver platter. But yeah, and still they did say.
I know that, and they didn't do nothing. But cut over to the losers, and you got Say and Joe talking.
The losers. And
Say pretty much clocked the fact that, hey, Joe's kind of an old school loyal player. Basic conversation. Then she goes and tells Eva directly, hey, I'm going for Mitch. I'm laying my cards out to you. I like you. So let's just get out Mitch. And it's pretty much leading up to being between Say and Mitch. Whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
Right.
And then cut over back to the winners and start talking to everyone's grouped together like, hey, we know we're getting Cedric. We need a plan though. And that plan, I'm sorry, Shane, you're the only other name that makes sense because you're the only OG Loggy.
Yeah.
And it's tough for you, but you're the name. You're the name that we're pitching.
But my thing is, why are we doing Cedric? He can't win nothing.
If anything,
I'm bringing him too.
Merge, he's gonna bring the team down. So
I realize Cedric's had 3 horrible comp performances. Or has
That's
it been
who
4?
I want.
Has it been 4?
True, because why are we getting rid of him?
Man, y'all know why. Y'all saw this episode. Kyle ended up wanting Shane. Camilla ended up wanting Shane. You had David being like, you know what? We like the strong men's or the strong people's. We want a strong winner this season. And Cedric ain't a strong winner, and that seems like what it came down to.
So stupid. What they say on the Wizard Eye? If they only had a brain. Because what are we doing? And then Chrissy, how silly is she? She sat up here in the confessional talking about if we, the smart move is to get rid of Mitch, and then if they were smart on the other tribe, they'd be getting rid of Cheyenne. Okay, so if we all know, even on the winners tribe, if we all know that the move should be Cheyenne over here, and we know Mitch should be the move over here,
yep.
Why are we not making that move?
And I think Chrissy, I know we're jumping around a little bit, but Chrissy kind of pointed it out at Tribal. Everyone's kind of saying, hey, honesty and loyalty. Woo. And I don't know. The only cutthroat things that have happened have been by the hands of Say and the Kyle Camilla thing where their backs were against the wall.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because Kyle and Camilla, they crafted up this plan. They crafted up this plan. Hey, we kind of think Cheyenne is a bigger threat in every way.
Cedric is not a threat. I wish
Cedric sits there, and so why not take the shot at Cheyenne? He went through like Kyle's bag. That's perfect justification. Like, hey, this guy's willing to do whatever to win this game.
Yeah.
And
I give them points. I gotta give them points because they tried.
But why? And let me shut up because I know why. I know why. But why does David have to be in on the plan? Why does he have to be the final say on it? If you end up having the 3 votes, who else is on that?
Mary.
Pride. Oh yeah, Mary. Oh,
Mary go out Cedric is crazy, but
yeah, would Mary go? Yeah, Mary could have saved Cedric, and that would have been 4. And they don't even need David in this situation.
Who would they have needed? So,
because you have Kyle Camilla, you have Cedric,
okay,
and then say you have Mary, and then that would be David and Cheyenne on the other side.
Yeah.
So they didn't need him, and I understand the want to include him.
Yeah.
But they were so gung ho instead of just putting their foot down and saying like, "Hey, it's time to get rid of him."
Right.
Because they tried to beat around the bush. They're like, all right, we're going to make it think like David thought of this idea. Mm-hmm. Oh, I suddenly remembered 8 days ago, we were walking to a water well, and then he disappeared for 30 seconds. He has an idol. Am I right?
Right. And so I'm just like, I want to understand Mary's justification for voting out Cedric. Because
that's my queen. My queen's vibing.
I get that a little rocky situation over there, but baby girl, we're at the merge. What Cedric does not pose a threat to your game whatsoever.
The only thing that makes even a slight logical sense is that she did say last episode she wants to cut any ties with the green. She want to cut any ties as humanly possible. She was already like questioning working with Say, and she's like, even though Cedric did vote Say out twice, he still think they might have like a little connection. So she's like, let me try to break that down as much as I can.
But if we all know Say going home tonight, girl, if y'all all know she going home tonight, why we got to worry about taking out Cedric? If y'all know she going to the jury,
exactly,
or it ain't gonna make the jury.
Exactly.
I truly wonder why, or wish that the first tribe that went could have sat in on it. And of course, we've seen this in past seasons. And of course, I think this was when jury was already happening. I could be wrong. Wait, were they able to watch those? I don't know. But if they even saw that Say was the one that left, I wonder how much that shifts things where Say already left. Well, they could have predicted it, like you guys are saying.
Right. There was no way she was staying unless she had won. So,
oh,
y'all, what if Say would have had her idol and she didn't waste that idol, child? That would have been good if she would have still had that idol.
You know what? She deserves to have voted for Cedric last episode, just on the fact that he made her use that idol.
Yeah. And now they both gone, so
they both gone, and yes. Speaking of that little bit of hope that we had for Say, of course, we see that Mitch is kind of hungry and he's kind of moody. and Chrissy picks up on it like, this guy might be a liability for me. I don't know if I want him to stay.
Might have should have did a vote.
I listen, I'm all for, I get you want to know who on the jury, but that don't make sense to me. Like, it do and it don't, in a sense, because they be worried about, this person is not going to be good for the jury. This person ain't going to be good for the jury.
You don't know who in the
You
final.
don't know
that. You don't even know who is going to be the final 3. What matters is who's sitting next to you. Really, that's what you need to be paying more attention to. And so it don't even matter if everybody in the jury hate me. As long as y'all hate the person next to me more.
Hello.
And I know a lot of them would vote for Rock over Say. So you know who I would bring with me to the final? Say. Come to the front. Sis. You ain't even got to make fire. You good. Come on. Bam.
And then getting rid of Cedric, going back to Cedric, it's like the brother couldn't win the competition to tie his shoe at this point. So that's who I want going into these competitions. If it come down to somebody, if I can beat somebody or not, that's who I want next to me.
Yeah.
What if Survivor came out with a BBL challenge? Give someone a BBL. Would Cedric have won that one?
He might win that one now.
Because
he's the doctor, you know.
Oh, I could be the candidate. Give me a BBL. Sure.
You do not want to be
Tracy. BBL.
Hey.
Those BBLs are killing y'all. Leave them alone.
Now, I will give Mitch props before we get to Tribal, because I truly think this is what saved him. Him going up to Joe and saying, I'm using my shot in the dark on Say. Like, I feel like it was...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My block vote on Say. And I feel like that saved him. I really do.
We'll find out. Next episode, I bet you they'll bring it up.
Probably. Because, even blocking her shot in the dark, it was...
She was defensive.
She could have done nothing.
Nothing.
Y'all want to talk about Tribal? I never...
No.
What we had Jeff dancing again. We had more dance references. He's doing the bossa nova. He's not doing the tango. Woo!
Jefferson, please.
Now, the one interesting thing though is Jeff bringing up to Joe a question to Joe, like, "Hey, are you starting to see the finish line?" And I was thinking, like,
we got 15 more days.
Yeah, we've lost like only a third of the people.
Joe and Eva. He said, "Hey, y'all gonna do something about this?"
Y'all don't see them?
He is not slick. He messy. He ain't slick.
He always messy. He pointed out when it happened. Well, we all know they all think about it. Maybe not, Jeffers. Maybe not.
Jeffers.
Good old Jeffers.
Mr. Provost.
Literally, because quit drawing attention to me. If I was Joe, now listen here. This the second time you done brought my name up and talk about.
Now, why am I in it? Oh Lord.
But yeah, we get to the votes, and of course we know that Say doesn't have a vote. So first vote that comes out is Say, and I'm like, all right, that's Mitch's. We're fine.
Yeah.
And then another Say, and then a misspelled Say. Shout out to the misspelled SAY crew.
Say.
I just think we need to use common sense here, because I know people's names can be spelled any type of way, but if your name is Say and that's what you go by, there is no way I'm going to put S-A-Y. I'm going to put S-A-E before I put S-A-Y.
Is that'd be pretty funny. You get on Survivor. I feel like someone might have done this, but misspell everybody's name. I don't care if your name is James. I'm spelling it Jaymie.
You know what? My strategy.
Go
ahead, Eli.
No, I'm done.
I would probably take a page out of Say's book and I would misspell names on purpose. So whenever it is someone that I really want, let me spell their name correctly, or flip it or reverse, because I always spell my names correctly. But also specifically with Say, I'm very particular. Like when I think people's names are shortened, I'm like, what's that short for? So me knowing what her full name is would have got me to write, whatever. Like if I knew, I'm like, oh, how you spell that? Because I have an odd name too, so I'm always like intrigued. So I probably would have spelled it right. But
nobody's name, you ain't never met nobody with no SAY. Like you say something, that's just silly.
No, because I think her name is like Sayan. I don't know.
I feel like Sayora. It's Sayora. Am I thinking of a fake name? I don't know.
No, SAI makes more sense though. But that is because I'm black.
SAE will go. I would do that before I do SAY, but that's just me personally.
I think I would have did SAY after.
You know what? That I respect it though, because imagine having to walk up to someone like, "Hey, that's the question you want to never ask in Survivor."
Yeah,
you never want to ask, "Hey, how do you spell your name?"
That's true. Because why
you know what? That is very true. That is true. Hey, yo, Sam, how you spell your name? Okay.
Yeah.
Heard you. But cut over to the other tribal. Bit of a dud of tribal.
I'm so mad at them. I mean, I'm not draft-wise. I'm not mad because Cheyenne on my draft. But Cedric going home makes 0 sense. That was a waste of a vote.
It benefits David's narrative, and that's it, of wanting a strong winner.
And Mary, how dare you? You should be ashamed to go along with some silliness like that.
Man.
Shout out to Kyle and Camilla for having some brains, some sense. Trying, at least.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of y'all.
Now, congrats to Mary, because she's the only OG green left.
Yeah. She sure is. You better skate up under that radar.
She probably gonna go home at 7, just like Emily did. Like Emily survived the yellow.
Smart. I'm talking about tonight, right after travel. Girl, you better get in them conversations and be like, listen, my tribe is gone. At this point, one vote makes a big difference. Yeah. So you better put me on your team. Put me on your team. So you better start like getting in people's ears now.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, Martino. I mean, I'm surprised in the fact that like y'all made such a stupid game decision.
I was surprised he went home just because he's not a threat.
He's not a threat.
Like everybody else is more of a threat than him. Everybody else.
I will say though,
a French fry is more of a threat than him.
It's true.
Thinking about it though, I feel like every season, and this is playing more into David's narrative, there tends to be someone at the end that just everyone sees is the GOAT in the bad version of GOAT. And if you're a strong player, you'd much rather get those GOATs out of there and kind of duke it out, unless you're able to drag the GOATs. This isn't Big Brother because anyone can go at any time. If David loses one immunity challenge and it's between him and Cedric, who's going? That's the obvious answer. If it's between David and Cheyenne,
well, clearly it's gonna be Cedric because Cheyenne was there on the table. So my thing is, no, this is what Kylan did in Big Brother 23. Want to do what Tiffany say? You want to be Batman versus Superman? No, I don't. I want to be Superman versus the human. That's what I want. I want the weakest in the pack. That's what I want.
Put the mailman up next against me, please. Thank you.
Literally, there is no honor. All this old
best. I don't.
No.
What?
No, because I already beat you.
If anybody ever answers that and be like, yeah, no,
I am the best. I already beat you.
No,
if I'm here in the finals and you're not, I won.
There you go. No way.
It'd be fun to compete. It'd be fun to come. Imagine you make a little All-Stars version of your own little season. No. You're making your own All-Stars cast. That's fun. That's fun. I see the perspective. It's not smart. It's not smart.
No, it's cool for TV, but if I'm playing and I'm on the island, line the losers up so I can beat them one by one. The people that are falling off the ladders, the people that need help up the ladders, the people who can't do a puzzle, come. Be in my alliance.
Come on, come on.
Like
I'm
once
with
that
you.
merge hit, hey, y'all don't need to win nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Just vote with me. I'll never take you out. Let's get all these other people that can't win nothing. Let's
Listen,
get them out.
there you go.
Because
And
for
there
TV
you
purposes, you're right, Eli. It looks good for TV to see the Titans clap. We say it all the time. We want to see the Titans go at it.
We
Yes, we want to see it.
But if I'm on the island, it's another story.
No.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I want to go against Tom and Jerry. Thank you.
Jerry was kind of athletic. I don't know.
He was. But you know what I mean. The
Yeah,
mics.
no.
I want to go against the little people in the game.
Ratatouille. It's just the first small character.
Do it little, yes.
There
Thank
we go.
you. But this draft,
man, I got knocked twice. Then I tried to duck. I said, I got 2-piece tonight, man.
One fell swoop.
But I got 2 strong players left. I got Joe left and Camilla left. So
you right there with me.
I'm holding on to it. I'm holding on.
Apparently I got strong players too, because I mean Shane was an easy vote tonight and he survived. David is pretty much running this game, is what I'm looking at. It's looking like David got control of the game.
Shane look like he in trouble next week. Was that Shane or Joe?
Joe.
No, that was Shane, right? Did y'all see the?
I didn't I didn't watch the preview. I don't know why I turned it off.
No, was it Shane?
Was it Shane? I don't know. Some people look alike.
But still, in terms of win equity, people, I think Eric and Treese have that. I don't know if Shane has it just because he's already being talked about so much, but they're both threats to win the game. And then on Josh's team, it's Kyle's also rocking it. What?
Well,
almost forgot about the comment of Kyle saying, "Hey, me and Camilla are the most dangerous duo of all of Survivor history."
Yeah, they are a dangerous duo. I love how their minds work. I love how they piggyback off each other. They don't have to do too much. They do just enough. And I love it. That they actually talk to each other and consider what the other person has to say.
Now, my team, I still don't see any win equity. Stars had her moments. Mitch is being talked about like a winner, and all because he's good at underhand free throws. He got that Rick Barry, but
Rick Barry.
I'm telling you, I got Team Twitter, and I'm okay with that.
Star could really slide right up under that radar. I mean, she's, we're getting to see her personality. She's likable at this point. Now that she's away from, her team, people are starting to like her. There are other targets. She kind of staying in the back and chilling. She sees somebody need a little pickup, and there she is for the pickup. Right now, Star is,
I said she done latched on to that Joe and Eva train, and I ain't even mad at it. Sis.
Yep. Star right now, she is making a great social game. She's building a great social game. So
yeah.
Star. I was on you for that idol last week, but it's working out for her right now. I mean, I don't know. We shall see. I think at this point, everybody got potential, honestly. I hope I beat you all, and I hope you all lose. But I think
I don't see Chrissy winning. She's one that I would like. I don't see Mary winning this game.
They don't show her enough, honestly, for me.
And so the interesting thing is thinking about tribe dynamics. We have 10 people left, and we have 5 Siva, who I think was orange. We got 4 of the OG, whatever the other color was. Loggy, and then we have 1 green. And I know on the screen we have the post swap setups, but even thinking about OG tribes, it's 5 to 4 to 1.
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
And even within, they got that little 5-person strong person alliance that they keep trying to hold on to.
Strong person alliance.
And then you got the Joe, Kyle, Shaheen, and Camilla like bonding group that bonded just 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Interesting. Joe's name is in all of them. Actually, no. Kyle's name is in all of them.
No. Who's in trouble next week is Camilla, because David was telling Kyle that Camilla needs to be the vote. and that's who he was pushing for. Because Kyle was telling Camilla that David was pushing for her. So
we shall see.
We know Kyle ain't gonna stand for that, so we're gonna see.
Imagine he just throws her under the bus.
I hope not.
All that work.
All that work, and what did it get me? What is that off of? I forgot
TikTok?
what that movie.
It's the bop.
It
I
is
don't know, but they be playing it on TikTok. I was
right.
I can tell you the original post at all.
For sure.
But
yeah.
anywho, cool episode. It was kind of. I was hoping for some power.
The anti-black split tribal rules again.
What were we just saying? This did we talk about this? What, there was 6 black people in the game or something like that. Hold on, I need to reference the list again. But what we had: Star, Say, Cedric, Joe, Kyle
to make the merge. Yeah,
we had 5 of them, down to 3.
Ooh,
it happened in 47 too, and they all again back
to back.
Pitiful.
Do better.
Leave the split tribe alone, because clearly it's a curse.
Do it for 50. Hoorah.
I hope they do the auction soon. I like the auction.
Are y'all excited for Shan to get out in the split tribal? Sari gets split tribal. That'd be tragic.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna stop speaking that type of stuff into existence.
You should.
You didn't already put it into the atmosphere now.
No, I didn't.
I told Gia, we was talking to
Edit it out. Edit it out, y'all. Edit it out.
This is live.
It's live. I told Gia on Monday when we recorded with her over that silent podcast that get this out of the atmosphere, because she was like, what if this 2 black people go home and be so upset? Girl, I said, get it out of the atmosphere.
Listen, and then spoke it up.
Too late. So yeah. Well, y'all, we're gonna see what happens next week though. Make sure y'all do what y'all know what y'all supposed to do before y'all head up out of here, and let's go follow us on YouTube and subscribe at Who All Gonna Be There podcast. Turn on those notifications, and then go to Twitter and follow us at Who All There.
This is excellent.
I'm trying to.
I know. Yeah. We're post traders. This is not accent time.
Sound like a
southern there, baby, down there in New Orleans, baby, down there in the Bayou, baby.
No.
Yes, baby. Down
you are out the wedding. You are out. You are cut. You are out the wedding.
Hey, who are there, baby? Down there. New Orleans, baby.
Oh no! But follow us. Put on your notification bells. Follow us on Twitter. Y'all know the drill. All that good stuff. Absolutely. We will be here same time next week. Same day, same time. If the good Lord let us be here, we'll be here.
We'll be here, baby.
And until then,
y'all have a great night.
Bye, y'all.
Enjoy your weekend.